Okay, so this one is about credit cards, and again, the internet is there for us, so I don't have to do all the math out. When I used to teach this to my high schoolers, I would literally do it on a board and write it out. So this is fantastic. So I'm going to flip you around. Okay, this is called the credit card calculator. Imagine that. Okay, so there's different ways to look at this. So say, for example, I'm going to put my little mousey. You have a balance of $8,000. Okay? $8,000. Interest rate on credit cards are ridiculous, especially if you're just starting off. So that means you don't have any credit or you don't have good credit or whatever. So for me, I sat there and bought tons of beer and all that kinds of stuff, when I first got my credit card. So I paid a ton, as we're going to see, on interest and all of that. So how do I want to pay this off? I clicked, because again, I really liked this website because I want to pay this off in 2 years. Okay? Normally, they're going to send you a monthly bill, and it's just going to be, you only owe $20. Do you know what? Let's just write. If I only paid, oops, that's not a back, $20. Boom. $20. It is unlikely that you can pay off this balance with a monthly payment of $20. You will need a payment of $1.66 or $166 per month. So yeah. So so if I say $200 even, that sounds like a lot, right? $200 for my $8,000 loan. It's going to take me 7 years and 3 months to pay off $9,379 in interest. The total interest in that 7 years, look at this. Remember how I showed you the car was 80-20? Your principal is only 46%. Your interest is 54%. That's what I was telling you about the compound interest. It is crazy. So for me, I would pick the pay off they didn't have this back when I was a kid. But I want to pay off in 2 years. If you want to pay off quicker, then go for it. Okay? But that means I have to pay $426 to pay off. But look at this. My principal is now only $78 or 78%, and my interest is 22%. So I'm only paying $2,247 in interest. Okay? Huge difference in only paying that $200 and that $400. And you're going to tell me, but I don't have $426 per month. Well, get another job. A simple job. A job at Walmart for, a couple years. Okay? You want to get it paid off in a couple years. Put that credit card off to the side. Do not make any more purchases on it and get it paid off. It should never, ever get that high, first of all. Just because they give you $8,000 doesn't mean you should do that. I told you, we go on a ski trip every year for Christmas. Okay? And it is about, so what I do is I get the hotels and all that in like June or July. So maybe $3,000, and we only stay like 4 nights. So we pay $3,000 or $4,000. So I put that on the credit card. I pay it off very quickly again. Okay, I want to pay it off, so $3,000. And I'm just going to keep 25%. And I want to pay it off in 6 months. Okay, let's see. So this is just so I have to pay at least $500 a month. Again, get a job. I don't want to pay this interest. I don't want to pay it. Okay, so you need, and normally I don't have to pay much interest. Okay, and also in saying that, usually if you have on your credit card, you have a balance, they're going to start charging you just monthly charges. Finance fees, they're going to do, well, okay, you owe me a monthly charge of $35 a month just to hold a balance on their credit card. So again, they have their ways of doing this. So for our ski trip, I do the $3,000 maybe for, in June, July, and I get it paid off really fast, okay, as soon as I can. Again, pick up another job. You say you have no time, but are you watching TV or playing games for, 4 or 5 hours a day? You have time for a job, or even 3 days a week, or pick up 1 day on the weekend. Okay, whatever it takes, because you just saw this. This is a bunch of bullpucky, okay? You want to get it paid off, and they're going to give you the very minimum of, they had $166 for that $8,000 one, and that would take you 20 years. If you paid off only the minimum payments of your credit card, it's going to take you like 20 years. They want you bad. Okay, so get it paid off. Pick up that second job. We all have time to do that. Okay, and then, for example, our ski trip, so I pay that $3,000 for that. And then if we're going to fly, or if I need to save up for gas, I start doing that, come August, September. This year, I think I bought our flight tickets in October, because that's when they said it was cheapest for Christmas. So I bought them. It's on the credit card. I now still owe about $2,000 left on my credit card. But now my Christmas is pretty much paid off. That's including gifts. That's including where we're staying. That's including the flights. That's including their lift tickets. That's including everything. So I cannot stress enough. Use these, because we didn't have that. I love that it shows you what you need to pay, if you want to get it paid off in however many months or whatever. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing on that computer right there. That is amazing. Okay, so don't let your credit card get that high. Get it paid off. Okay, use it maybe only for gas, and then just pay it off at the end of the month. Okay, and that way it builds your credit. Okay, you're still building your credit, but you're only buying gas, and you have the money because you were going to spend it anyway on gas, and pay for the gas or pay for your groceries. Okay, whatever you happen to do, whatever's in your budget, and use that credit card instead to pay for that, and then just pay it off at whenever the payment due date is. Again, there's no consequences for paying it off early. So I can't express for a credit card, you just have to. Okay, I showed you a few different examples there, and you saw the interest, and it was ridiculous. Don't let them have that money. Don't let them have it. It's yours. Okay, imagine if you could just keep all that money, that extra $9,000 or whatever it was. Okay, keep that money. Don't rack it up, and never have more than one credit card. I do believe everybody should have at least one for emergencies, and that's usually what we do. So have a blessed day. We'll talk about mortgages probably next.